What's going on, guys? Chumba here, and today I wanted to talk about why isekais appeal to NEETs. Now, the reason why NEETs would be pretty much interested in isekais is that the ability to just go to a distant land, a faraway place, maybe, a different world entirely. The idea of getting transported into another world is very appealing for many, not some. I'm talking about a lot of people would be interested in something like this, a concept that would be interesting. The idea of escaping your mundane life to go off on an adventure is a very appealing aspect to this anime genre, that's isekai, because you're escaping societal pressures to join in a fantastical adventure, a journey through self-discovery and the aspect of a different world and its environments, seeing new places, experiencing new things. And I just have to say, how is that not appealing? The aspect alone of being transported into another world is just so baffling and awe-stricken that it would leave me in tears if I was a person that got isekai'd. But usually the way people get isekai'd is not through conventional methods. There's always some random reason why a person gets isekai'd. You get hit over by truck-kun, you get hit over by car-kun, you get transported into a book, a god from another world summons you, or you get reincarnated. That's another thing. Now, as a person that believes in reincarnation, I already have the idea that when I die, I'll be reincarnated into another being or another world in general. I wouldn't say that our solar existence is the same as, say, the same thing it normally would be. Like, maybe there's Earth 1 and then you get transported into a parallel universe or alternate reality. The two are not the same. It just seems like a fun concept, I really would like to go on an adventure like the isekai protagonist, get my one cheat skill in, and just meet a bunch of cat girls and bunny girls and elves, definitely. That's another thing that's a great appeal for NEETs when it comes to isekais. You get to meet these fantastical beings and these awesome races that you only see in animes and video games. Who wouldn't want to meet their very own cat girl, or their elf girl, or a bunny girl, or hell, a goblin girl, a wolf girl, this girl, that girl, furries, and meeting different lands, and seeing new cities and exploring. It's the exploring that's breathtaking in the world building that they build up in isekais that are really appealing to most individuals. Like exploring kingdoms and experiencing their different cultures, what they eat, what they're like, their entertainment. And NEETs in general have a very doomer perspective on life. They're very black-pilled, And that's not an experience that I personally have. I've never been a doomer. Despite my clinical depression, I've never personally been a doomer. I've always tried to look at the bright side of things because you only get one life, okay? And that one life, you may as well try to pursue happiness or try to find something that makes you happy, like a niche or a hobby or something. That's what these people really need, are hobbies. But the appeal of isekai is to escape those societal norms and those pressures and the anxiety and depressive disorders and all that stuff. When you get isekai'd, your brain immediately flips on the switch where you're like, oh shit, this is really happening to me. I may be a person that's about to go on a grand adventure, fighting the Demon King, fighting dragons, or befriending the dragons. I personally would want to befriend the dragons. I don't want to fight dragons. I want to befriend dragons. I think dragons are freaking awesome. But they're basic creatures just like any other animal. They probably have low intelligence or probably have intelligence. It depends on the circumstances and the worldview of that particular topic. Like if the dragons are sentient, intelligent, all fantastical beings, or they're just basic, big, giant lizards. I'm really hoping for the latter because I would really like to have a conversation with a dragon. That'd be so dope. And you get these cool swords and these awesome magic skills if you can use magic, but why wouldn't you be able to use magic in another world? Like, oh man. But imagine you had a skill like ReZero, where Subaru has to die in order to activate his power. That would really suck. But that's not going to happen because we're probably not going to live in a world like Subaru if we get Isekai'd. Or Rising Shield Hero, where the protagonist becomes, you know, the shield hero. Or maybe we have to be summoned to another world to, you know, classically defeat the Demon King. We have to build up our party, and we have to go fight the monsters. But, you know, damn, when I really think about it, I don't like any of that shit. Because I've always been a person who liked monsters more than humans. And what if we get transported into another world where the humans are the subjugators and the monsters are actually the victims? Like the goblins and the orcs, and even the elves are classified as monsters in this other world. I wouldn't like any of that. I would sign up with the monsters in a heartbeat if that was the case. I would run away from the kingdom. I would run away from the kingdom and immediately join up with the monsters. But there's just so much fun and the aspect of life that goes into isekai worlds that make it so appealing to the average audience of NEETdom. Because we got nothing going on in our lives. We're deadbeat. We're hopeless. We got nothing going on for us. So why wouldn't we beg to God or whatever higher power you believe in to be isekai'd into another world where you get to go on a grand adventure, fight monsters or free monsters, talk or commune with dragons, fight the demon lord or be friends with the demon lord, and have awesome skills and superpowers. I would love to be transported into a world of swords and shields and magic, which is classified as a world of swords and magic. Because I always wanted to use magic. That's the one aspect I always wanted to do. I always wanted to fly. So in another life, I always wanted to be a bird, or what my usual go-to animal is, a possum, but possums can't fly like birds can. So I always wanted to be a bird. So if I had the ability to fly, oh man, that'd be so freaking awesome if I could just fly to anywhere I wanted to go in the isekai world. But it's not just that, it's the world building and the realism that goes into isekais that parallel the real world, like the political aspects of the kingdoms and the regions and the realms, meeting princes and princesses, or going to academy life. I really would like that. And if my cards were like really good, being born as a prince or something like that, and then fighting in an imperial struggle to become the next king, that's not me. I would definitely just be lazy. I wouldn't fight for the crown at all. I would just go through my academy life like I went through my school life, but you know, it'd be a lot better because I would have magic. I would study magic a whole lot if I was in the Isekai world. I would just open up a book and I would just study every single spell I possibly could, like it was Skyrim. I would just gain skills for days. Anyways, this video turned out to be me gushing about what if I was in an isekai, but I'm sure a lot of you guys would like to be in an isekai too. In fact, I bet a lot of you guys dream of being in the isekai world. So why don't you guys leave a comment down below? Tell me what your isekai adventure would be, or why you would like to be in the isekai. And, well, that's about it, guys. See ya.